Having Mercury in Aries in the 5th house suggests an individual with a decisive and adventurous mind. Such people tend to make swift decisions, demonstrating courageous intellect and a love for learning through experiences. Their communication style is direct, sometimes resulting in impulsive statements. Yet, this directness often inspires others, reflecting their innate leadership abilities. In relationships, this placement suggests an exciting, passionate, and straightforward partner. The individual may not be particularly good at hiding feelings, often expressing love with childlike enthusiasm and sincerity. However, impatience and a lack of listening skills may pose challenges. As for career influences, the capacity for rapid decision-making is advantageous in high-pressure jobs. Careers in fields like emergency services, athletics, or entertainment can be satisfying. The desire to lead and inspire may also draw them towards roles in education or politics. The main strengths of having Mercury in Aries in the 5th house include infectiously energetic communication style, quick thinking, and daring creativity. Challenges may involve learning to listen more, curbing impulsiveness, and cultivating patience. One key personal growth lesson is balance. Mastering the act of thoughtful reflection before making decisions can lead to wiser choices. Forming more patient communication habits will also add depth to their relationships. In essence, their journey involves channeling their boundless energy and razor-sharp intellect in effective and compassionate ways. Individuals with Mercury in Taurus in the 5th house tend to be practical and persistent communicators. They are likely to express themselves clearly and sensibly, often with a certain artistic flair, as the 5th house is a creative and expressive place. Their thought process is methodical and calculated, and they usually prefer to understand an issue thoroughly before expressing their thoughts. In relationships, these individuals are drawn to partners with whom they can establish a steady and trustworthy bond. They value consistency and are often seen as relatable due to their tendency to communicate in a straightforward, no-nonsense manner. When it comes to careers, they may excel in fields that involve creativity, communication, and practicality. This placement can suggest potential success in fields like arts, literature, financial planning, education, or any avenues that allow them to blend their creative inclinations with their pragmatic approach. Their major strengths include their steady communication style and their creative yet pragmatic outlook. However, they may struggle to adapt quickly to change and can be stubborn in their viewpoint. Despite this, their determined and patient nature is valuable in the long run. A personal growth lesson for them may involve learning to be more open and flexible in their thought process. Embracing change, learning to switch off their practical mindset when necessary, and not being so resistant to new ideas can prove beneficial. Their stubbornness can first seem like a hindrance, but when channeled correctly, can become their driving force for achieving their dreams. Mercury in Gemini in the 5th house suggests a personality rich in intellectual curiosity and creative expression. Individuals with this placement tend to be versatile thinkers, enabling them to adapt quickly to different environments and situations. In relationships, they often gravitate towards partners who can stimulate and challenge their intellect. High levels of communication are crucial for them, and these individuals are often attracted to playful, lively conversations. On the career front, careers that engage the mind and foster creativity can be highly gratifying. They may thrive in fields such as writing, teaching, marketing, or counseling due to their ability to communicate complex ideas simply and creatively. The strength of this placement lies in great mental agility, fast learning, and ability to communicate effectively. These individuals are usually quick thinkers, able to make decisions on the spot, which can be beneficial in dynamic careers or fast-paced environment. However, there can be challenges. Their minds are always moving, which can cause restlessness. There's a potential for scattered focus due to multiple interests at once. Personal growth comes from harnessing the intellect's versatility without becoming lost in mental unrest. Mindfulness and grounding techniques can help. Moreover, cultivating focused and deep learning, rather than getting distracted by various topics, can also yield personal growth and satisfaction. Achieving a balance between intellectual stimulation and emotional depth is an important lesson for individuals with Mercury in Gemini in the 5th house. Mercury in Cancer in the 5th house points to a person who is often driven by their emotions. They are highly intuitive and attuned to feelings, often relying on instinct rather than logic. This can lead to creativity and strong emotional expression. However, they may struggle with objective decision-making, as their views are often colored by their feelings, which is a challenge for them. In relationships, these individuals tend to seek deep emotional connections. They are nurturing, empathetic, and sensitive to the needs of their partner, but they need to ensure they also seek emotional support. Their intuitive nature can help them understand others well, but they need to balance this with maintaining boundaries to avoid emotional exhaustion. Professionally, the combination of Mercury in Cancer in the 5th house is favorable for careers involving creativity and interaction with others. These individuals may succeed in counseling, teaching, writing, marketing, or the arts, where their emotional intelligence and creativity are valuable assets. Strengths associated with this placement include emotional sensitivity, intuition, and creativity. Among their challenges, they may struggle with oversensitiveness, emotional volatility, and difficulty in decision-making. Personal growth lessons for these individuals may involve learning to balance their strong instinctual responses with rational thinking and decision-making processes, creating emotional boundaries, and recognizing their emotional needs. They can grow by using their emotional intelligence in a beneficial way, both professionally and personally. Mercury in Leo in the 5th house indicates an expressive and dramatic communication style. People with this placement are usually very confident, persuasive, and creative in expressing their thoughts and ideas. They excel in occupations that require public speaking, creative thinking, and leadership. Their bold energy and creative ideas often attract others and inspire them. This placement may bring challenges. Their penchant for the dramatic could lead to overstatement or a tendency to dominate conversations, which might turn people off. They might also struggle with a need for constant appreciation and attention, which could lead to ego issues. In terms of relationships, these individuals are typically very warm and generous. They love romance and being in love. However, their need for consistent adoration may lead to dissatisfaction in relationships where their partner can't fulfill their expectation. Career-wise, they have potential in fields that require creative expression like theater, arts, entertainment, or leadership roles. Alternatively, they may find fulfillment in teaching, where they can inspire and motivate others with their enthusiasm and creativity. The main strengths of this placement are creativity, confidence, and excellent communication skills. Challenges include a tendency towards drama and a need for constant appreciation. Personal growth can be achieved by learning to balance their need for attention with the needs of others and by learning to appreciate themselves independent of external validation. They may also need to learn the value of listening to others to maintain harmonious relationships. Mercury in Virgo in the 5th house often points to a person with highly analytical thinking and excellent communication skills. Such individuals are detail-oriented and organized, making them efficient and effective in their work. They may have a love for learning and be naturally curious about the world around them. This, combined with their analytical nature, often leads to a deep understanding of various subjects. This placement suggests a person who is most likely to be methodical and thorough in their approach, which can be beneficial in the workplace. When it comes to relationships, this person might communicate logically and clearly, which can help in avoiding misunderstandings. They might, however, strive for perfection in their relationships, which can lead to some challenges if expectations are not met. In terms of career, these individuals might excel in fields that require precision and detail, such as research, data analysis, or similar analytical roles. Their thirst for knowledge may also lead them towards careers in education. The strengths associated with this placement include careful attention to detail, intellectual curiosity, and excellent communication skills. However, challenges could stem from the tendency to overthink or excessively worry about details, leading to stress. It's also possible they might set impractically high standards for themselves and others. For personal growth, lessons might involve learning to accept imperfections, both in themselves and others, and to cope with stress deriving from their high standards. Cultivating patience and learning to appreciate the big picture beyond the details might also prove beneficial. Having Mercury in Libra in the 5th house suggests a core personality that values fairness, balance, and aesthetics. Such individuals likely express thoughts in a diplomatic way, often tending to avoid conflict. They might have an innate ability to see both sides of any matter, which makes them great mediators. In terms of relationships, they could be romantic, seeking partners who are not just physically attractive but also intellectually stimulating. They might enjoy engaging in deep, meaningful conversations and are often attracted to people who offer mentally stimulating engagements. For potential career influences, this placement could excel in any profession that requires social interaction and creative thinking. These people may do well in careers such as public relations, graphic design, art, or even law, given their natural ability to balance and see both sides of an issue. Strengths associated with Mercury in Libra in the 5th house include being tactful, graceful, and peace-loving. They may be good at creative expression and have a knack for problem-solving in a balanced way. Challenges can include a tendency to be indecisive or people-pleasing due to their desire for harmony. Lessons for personal growth could involve learning to be assertive when necessary and not avoiding conflict at the cost of their own needs and beliefs. Balancing their own needs with those of others can ensure healthier relationships and personal growth. It's important for them to understand that real harmony isn't possible without addressing and resolving conflicts. Having Mercury in Scorpio in the 5th house relates to a person who is intense, analytical, and passionate in their thought process. They may often seek deeper meanings in situations, and enjoy intellectual challenges. They are naturally curious, have excellent research skills, and tend to be secretive about their projects and ideas until they are ready to share them. In relationships, this individual tends to be loyal, intense, and deeply emotional. They can read their partners well and are typically attracted to intriguing and complex personalities. Communication issues may arise as they tend to read between the lines, often finding hidden meanings where none exist. When it comes to career influences, they would excel in professions that require analytical thinking, in-depth research, or investigation. These could be roles in forensic science, psychiatry, detective work, or research and development. The strengths linked to this placement include strong analytical abilities, emotional depth, and an all-or-nothing attitude. Challenges might be their tendency to be secretive, over-analytical, and sometimes overly intense or extreme in their views. The personal growth lessons associated with Mercury in Scorpio in the 5th house involve learning to moderate their intensity, trusting more in others, and understanding that not everything requires a deep analysis. Being more open about their thoughts and projects could also enhance their personal relationships and professional success. They could also benefit from learning to appreciate the surface value of things and not always digging for hidden meanings. With Mercury and Sagittarius in the 5th house, communication is key. This person likely loves expressing creative ideas and seeking truth in all things. They might enjoy exploring big concepts and sharing their unique perspectives. They are often adaptable in communication, making learning new languages and connecting with diverse groups easier. In relationships, they probably appreciate intellectual stimulation and independence. Conversations with them are often filled with humor and optimism. They may struggle if they feel their freedom is threatened, or if conversation gets too mundane. Career-wise, they could do well in fields that require clear communication and creative thinking. Work in education, publishing, travel, or public relations could be suitable. They may also have potential in entertainment or sports, thanks to their natural enthusiasm and charisma. Strengths include positivity, adaptability, and the ability to share compelling narratives. Challenges might involve a tendency to overgeneralize or exaggerate and a difficulty focusing on details. This makes them prone to misunderstanding intricate points or misjudging situations. For personal growth, they should learn to pay attention to details and avoid stretching the truth. Practicing active listening can also boost their relationship-building abilities. It's vital for them to balance their love for intellectual independence with empathy, understanding that other perspectives are equally valid. Respecting and appreciating diversity in thinking is a valuable lesson for them to learn. With Mercury in Capricorn in the 5th house, the individual could be methodical and disciplined in their thoughts and communication. They may be drawn to complex tasks, demonstrating a strong capacity for focus and determination. This can make their thinking very reliable but also possibly inflexible. Their relationship tendencies might reflect their commitment to principles and a strong sense of responsibility. They may seek stability and security, choosing partners who value practicality and reliability. Communication within relationships might be serious and straightforward, which may create tension with more spontaneity-loving partners. Career-wise, goal-oriented fields that require structured thinking could be appealing. An affinity towards business, management, and finance is possible, as these areas appreciate their methodical approach. Their strategic thinking and eye for detail make them good problem solvers. Strengths include an excellent capacity for discipline, logical thought, and reliability. They can handle deep, intellectual tasks without getting distracted. However, challenges might arise if their thinking becomes too rigid or they become overly devoted to long-term plans, missing opportunities for spontaneity. The personal growth lesson for this individual might include learning how to remain disciplined and methodical while still being open to spontaneity and new ideas. Balancing stability and excitement in relationships, as well as acknowledging and valuing emotions within their analytical thought process, could be important development areas. Mercury in Aquarius people are inventive and quick-witted. They think differently, often surprising people with unique opinions. They're extroverted and sociable, enjoying dynamic group discussions. They excel in turning abstract thoughts into practical ideas. They might struggle with focusing on specific details, as they always think about the bigger picture. When it comes the fifth house, love and creativity come into play. Mercury in Aquarius individuals are attracted to unique, mentally stimulating individuals. They desire freedom in relationships and can struggle with emotional intimacy. They might see romantic partners more as friends. Communication in relationships is key for these individuals as they're captivated by intellectual connection. Looking at careers, Mercury in Aquarius in the fifth house favors areas requiring innovation, quick thinking, and collaboration. Careers in technology, research, or social causes can be appealing. They can also excel in creative fields that allow them to express their individuality. Strengths of this placement include creativity, social skills, and the ability to see things from a wider perspective. Challenges may arise from their aversion to routine, restlessness, and difficulty dealing with details. Personal growth can come from learning to be more present and detail-oriented. They'll benefit from understanding that not everyone thinks like they do, and that's okay. They need to allow themselves to be vulnerable in relationships, and not just rely on intellectual connection. Mercury in Pisces implies a dreamy, imaginative, and empathetic mind. This person may think more in pictures than in words, often showing creative or artistic talent. They tend to be great listeners, understanding others' feelings intuitively. However, they may struggle with logical or analytical thinking, sometimes seeming disorganized or scattered. Mercury in fifth house points towards creativity as a major component of their personality. They may excel in things like arts, drama, or any field requiring self-expression. Their communication may be influential, charming, and they can express themselves freely. But they may also be overly dramatic, seeking constant attention, and might struggle with knowing when to take things seriously. In relationships, these people are romantic, expressive, and passionate. They may gravitate towards partners who share their love for art and creativity. But they need to be wary of becoming overly dependent or too emotionally involved too quickly. In terms of careers, areas involving creativity, communication, or serving others would be suitable. Possible fields could include writing, acting, or counseling. However, they may need to work on practical thinking and organizational skills for longer-term success. Strengths include empathy, creativity, intuition, and expressive communication. Challenges consist of lack of practicality, being overly emotional, scattered thinking, and attention-seeking. Lessons for personal growth are to balance their emotional side with logical thinking, to organize themselves better, and to learn how to thrive even when not being the center of attention.